you're going to need a little bit of backstory for this video, so let me tell you really quick. A few days ago, I was scrolling through my YouTube comments and I saw one such comment that read somewhat along the lines of, you have to check out the RoosterTeeth forum post about Vic from months ago because there are site admins talking a lot of nonsense about I Stand With Vic and about the content creators, including myself. So I went over to that post from months ago, and indeed, still pretty active, and I saw the comments that were throwing shade at us. And some of them were from site admins. So I did a little bit of digging. I clicked one of the admin profiles, and oh my gosh, what I found next was a post that they made titled, Regarding New Pricing. And this post is one of the most despicable things I have ever seen. I'm not even talking about in 2019, which would be saying enough because the last few months have been insane. But no, it's not even that. This is some of the most despicable stuff I've seen in my entire life. This person, this admin, who is representing RoosterTeeth because he's an admin on their forums, even though I don't think he's actually being paid by RoosterTeeth, certainly you can argue that he's representing them when he has an admin title and he has admin privileges on their forums. This person is telling people that it's their fault if they can't afford the price increases. He's telling them that they need to better manage their finances, stuff that's highly inappropriate. And I'm putting it very, very lightly right now because we're going to go take a look at the exact post in just a moment. But that's the backstory for it. And really quick, if you don't know what's been going on with RT, I'm not going to go into details. I've made plenty of videos on this topic. You can go to my channel and take a look at the last number of videos about RoosterTeeth if you want to be filled in on that. Or type in on YouTube, HeroHei RoosterTeeth, and you'll see all kinds of videos regarding my coverage on that. Some of the things I've covered, though, without going into detail that you can search. I've covered Vic's poorly handled termination, Ezra Cooperstein stepping down, Gray Haddock and that whole weird situation, Barbara basically telling people if they don't like it, don't watch it, these crunch time allegations, now the backlash from first membership prices going up, etc., etc. There's more than that, but I don't want to rehash old topics for the people that have already seen those videos. So let's get into the new stuff now. I'll see you in just a moment. Welcome back. Before we get started, I've been having some questions fairly often, and I want to help people out with this one. So if you're wondering what my intro is, the anime is Darker Than Black. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite anime ever. The song is the outro for Mob Psycho Season 2, which I also highly recommend. And my outro song that I play at the end of videos is Be a Hero by Ambi-Pass Studios. Here's the post by the admin who goes by the name Dmono. So I'm going to read through this whole thing with you guys once. Then I'm going to read through it again and break it apart and criticize the heck out of it because this is just a disgusting post. And this is a great way to destroy the goodwill that you have for a company. If you want people who have supported you for years to not support you anymore, do what this guy did. And let's just get into it here. So it's titled, Regarding New Pricing. And it reads, Today, Matt put up a journal outlining the new prices for first memberships. There are a lot of people saying that the new prices are too much. They can't afford it anymore. For annual subscriptions, the price is going from $36 a year to $60 a year, which is an additional $2 a month. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you can't afford an extra $2 a month, then you shouldn't be paying for any online subscriptions until you get your finances in better order. A $2 a month increase is trivial. If you're coming from a grandfathered-in rate, it's about a $3.30 month increase, which is also trivial. If your finances can't bear that small amount of increase, then you have way bigger problems than what a RoosterTeeth first membership costs. Prioritize the things you need. Cut out the things you don't use or need. And then think about monthly expenditures. And if you cancel your RoosterTeeth first membership, and then pay to subscribe to a Twitch channel, then you don't get to complain that the first membership is too expensive at all, because an annual membership costs exactly as much per month as a Twitch sub does. Doing that means the cost isn't a problem and never was. It means you just didn't want it. Like I said just a few minutes ago, if you want a good example of how to destroy the goodwill that you have for a company, this guy's giving you a perfect example of how to do it. Now let's get into the reasons why I'm saying that. There we go. So, starting at the top, reads, Today, Matt put up a journal outlining the new prices for first memberships. There are a lot of people saying that the new prices are too much. They can't afford it anymore. So first of all, If a lot of people are saying that the new prices are too much and they can't afford it anymore, maybe you should listen to them. You even admit that it's not just a group of people, it's not just a handful of people, it's not just a couple people, it's, in your words, a lot of people. So again, maybe you should listen to them, but let's continue on. For annual subscriptions, the price is going from $36 a year to $60 a year, which is an additional $2 a month. This guy is now using one of the most old sales tactics in the book, and it's also a scummy tactic. What they do, this is literally a sales tactic like 101 right here. I'm not even making it up. This is from Sales 101. This is like week 1 stuff. When a price, if you're trying to make a price seem more appealing to a potential customer, you take that price, and if it's something you can break up into monthly payments or at least make it seem like monthly payments, that's what people will do. Just like Demono did here. He says $60 a year is just $2 a month. That's because he doesn't want you to focus on the $60 a year. He wants you to focus on the $2 a month. He's trying to divert your attention away from the true price into making it seem like little payments that are minuscule. It's literally a scummy sales tactic. And to start your post off by acknowledging that there's a lot of people unhappy and then trying to break the complaints into $2 a month payments to downplay their complaints and make it seem like it's something trivial is very, very disgusting in my opinion. And it just goes to show immediately the tone of this post. He then wrote, if you can't afford an extra $2 a month, then you shouldn't be paying for any online subscriptions until you get your finances in better order. This guy is now literally telling people how to manage their finances. I'm sorry, Rooster Teeth. Are you in the banking sector? Are you in the financial sector? Are you in the business of helping people with their finances? Or are you in the business of entertainment? Because what this admin is doing is highly inappropriate. It's highly unprofessional. This guy is representing your company. I don't care if you guys are paying him or not. He has the star next to his name, says he's an admin. He's got admin privileges, I assume. You guys, if you let this guy continue insulting people who want to support you in the way he is, you are going to be in for a very rude awakening. And I also don't think Warner and AT&T are going to be very happy about, the goodwill, which is baked into your assets when they took you over. That's part of what they paid for, was that goodwill that you are destroying. You're throwing it down the toilet. You're flushing it away. I don't think your corporate overlords will be happy with that. And I also don't think that the little guys at Rooster Teeth, the people who do work for you and also don't like to see this kind of stuff going on, I don't think those people are going to be happy either. So Rooster Teeth, you want to insult your customers, you want to make AT&T miserable, and you want to make your own employees unhappy as well because they don't like seeing people like this ruin the image of the company, then by all means, keep having Demono over here insulting everybody. By all means, go ahead. Great idea. This guy then writes, a $2 a month increase is trivial. If you're coming from a grandfathered in rate, it's about a $3.30 a month increase, which is also trivial. Who is this guy to say that someone's increase in their expenses per month is a trivial sum? You have to be so egotistical to go there. You're literally judging people that you have absolutely no idea anything about. You don't know these people, and you're judging them in such a way. You're telling them that they need to manage their finances better, that an increase in their monthly expenditure is trivial. Maybe some of these people had very rough times in the past, and Rooster Teeth made some entertainment for them that helped them get out of that place, and they want to do whatever they can to pay it forward to Rooster Teeth, even if it puts them in a tough spot. And you're just insulting people like that. Even if that's not the case, it's still an increase, and people are going to have to consider. I know you like to break it up into little $2 a month payments, but that's not the reality here. The reality is these prices have been raised, in some cases, well over 60%, which is absurd. And I'm sorry, but your scummy little sales tactic to break it into $2 a month payments doesn't change the fact that this is at least a 60% increase, and the grandfathered people who were allegedly promised those rates for the indefinite future. And again, I say alleged because this is what I'm told. I don't know. I'm saying alleged for that reason. But that's even worse for them. And those grandfathered people, the people who have been supporting RT for a long time, are the people that you should be appreciating greatly. Instead, you're over here downplaying the fact that their monthly expenditure for supporting Rooster Teeth has gone up 200% for the grandfathered in prices. 200%. And instead of being empathetic and understanding why some people might have a complaint, which again, you yourself admit that there's a lot of people complaining, instead of being empathetic and trying to understand why they're complaining and trying to understand what Rooster Teeth can do to make it better. Maybe they should also give some more content if they want to raise prices 60 to 200%. That's some suggestions I've seen from people. Look at me. I'm not an admin for Rooster Teeth. I'm not paid by Rooster Teeth, but I'm out here listening to what the people want while you're out here insulting them, acting smug with your little admin star, man. What a joke you are. Let me also just very briefly apologize to my viewers. I don't get heated often. I might be getting a little heated in this video. There's not much that sets me off. I'm a pretty level-headed dude. But one thing that I really just can't stand is seeing people getting bullied or taken advantage of, especially a situation like this where those people just want to support something that they like. These people just want to support something that they like. It's supposed to be something that help them escape and just be entertaining. They are willing to pay for entertainment. They're not here to get lessons on their finances, to be insulted. It's just downright disgusting, and I've said that multiple times, but that's the best way for me to put it. It's disgusting, Demono. This guy also wrote, if your finances can't bear that small amount of increase, then you have way bigger problems than what a Rooster Teeth First membership costs. So, again, this whole time he's been downplaying the increase. He really doesn't like to acknowledge that it's a 60 to 200% increase. If you're only getting it for 1 month, it's a 20% increase. But that's only 1 month. If you get it 2 months, you're paying that 20% increase twice, etc., etc. You got price breaks at the 6 and 12 month areas. Point is, this is basically a 60 to 200% increase. You're downplaying it left and right. And now you're telling people that if they can't afford that increase, then they have way bigger problems than what a Rooster Teeth First membership costs. For one, some of these people can't afford the increase, and they're just straight up saying that it's not worth it. That the products offered by Rooster Teeth are not worth that increase. On the other hand, maybe some of these people can't afford the increase. And you know what? For you to insult them, saying that they're bad with their finances, is disgusting. Again, I'm saying it because I'm going to make the same point. Rooster Teeth is in the business of providing entertainment. You are not supposed to be judging people on their personal lives, insulting them because of how they manage their finances. That is absolutely downright unprofessional, and you should really be ashamed of yourself. I feel like I'm an adult scolding a child right now, saying you should be ashamed of yourself. And I've looked into this dude, and I'm like 99.9% sure that he is well over my age. But here I am, feeling like I'm being the adult, and this is some selfish little child I'm talking to. Demono, please. Take a seat, take a breath, and try to put yourself in someone else's shoes for once, because it seems like you've really struggled doing that, man. It really does. Back to his post, it reads, prioritize the things you need. Cut out the things you don't use or need, and then think about monthly expenditures. Because, yeah, you couldn't, this is Demono of Finance 101 here, guys. You got like 5 sentences of advice. You know, this is the epitome of how to make it in the world. If you have trouble with your finances, just come to this post, look at Demono's like 5 sentences explaining to you how economics works, and your life will be so much better, guys. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Prioritize things you need. Oh my gosh. That's an epitome of knowledge. Yo, Demono, really doing great work here. Holy smokes. The site is so, it's so honored to have you as an admin there. Wow. Great job, buddy. Continuing. And if you cancel your Rooster Teeth First membership and then pay to subscribe to a Twitch channel, then you don't get to complain that the first membership is too expensive at all, because an annual membership costs exactly as much per month as a Twitch sub does. Why are you bringing Twitch into this out of nowhere? I've read pretty much hundreds of comments talking about backlash for this price increase, and I've seen maybe like a handful talk about Twitch subscriptions in reference to the price increase. But it just seems very weird for him to make a whole segment on the Twitch sub thing. I mean, this was not really something that was being talked about a lot. Out of all the complaints, and I've read hundreds, if not more, posts complaining about this price increase, I would say maybe 0.5% of those posts even brought up a Twitch sub, and they were saying like, I'll just use the money to sub to my favorite Twitch streamer or something instead. Very small amounts. So Demono, this then tells me that you are reading some of the complaints, which we do know because above you even admitted that there are a lot of people complaining about the price increase going up. But instead of focusing on like the most commonly used critique of this price increase, you're deciding to tackle something that's really not talked about a lot, which is people comparing it to a Twitch sub. Really weird. I would think if you were really concerned about what you're talking about here, you would acknowledge the main critiques. Like I told you earlier, one of the main critiques I saw was that people said that the content from Rooster Teeth didn't warrant this price increase. They weren't getting any extra content for the price increase. It wasn't worth their money. So why not tackle something like that? Why are you suddenly bringing a Twitch sub into this? Oh, I see why. Because the last sentence in this post, you just had to find another opportunity to insult people. That's what this is, isn't it? The last sentence is really telling. It says, doing that means the cost isn't the problem and never was. It means you just didn't want it. There you go. There you go. Again, you're judging people's finances. It wasn't about the cost. You just didn't want to support Rooster Teeth. That's why you talked about the Twitch thing, isn't it? You just wanted to throw that in there. And then at the end, you finish it off by saying, and that's all I have to say about that. Great. Because people really value your opinion, man. I mean, clearly, look at that. You have 14 whole responses to this post. About half of them are disagreeing with you, if not more than half. So maybe you have like 5 people backing you up. You have -4 downvotes. You've been downvoted on this post. And you've been posting on the Rooster Teeth forums for about 13 years or so. Maybe more than that. 13 years. You've been posting on these forums. And it seems like no one's really backing you up on this one. What happened? I would have thought over all those years you would have gained some goodwill. Maybe you threw it all away at some point, or maybe you never earned it. You know what? Now that I think about it, I guess you really are perfect for being a Rooster Teeth admin, aren't you? Want to support someone who actually does appreciate it? Take a look at the merch in the description. I really do hope, though, that Rooster Teeth does listen to some of the criticism they're getting, which is a lot in 2019, and that they can better themselves from doing so. I would rather see them fix the problems than completely go under, but at the end of the day, I'm not really going to be that sad either way. It is what it is, and if they don't fix the problems, the people who are kind enough to support them will go elsewhere and support other people, other companies that they do think deserve it more. Wolf McCude, Yamitora1, Mike Walters, Super Saiyan Tai, Michael Rule, and AC Boy. Shouts out for promoting my last video over on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for your assistance. And AC Boy, I'm really sorry, man. I got to be careful with your name. It's the platform that we're on. It is the way it is. There's really nothing I can do about it, man. But I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for your support. If you'd like to join the Discord, anybody, links in the description, open to the public. Now with over 3,600 members, we would love to see you there. And I hope you enjoy your stay if you do choose to join. And that's it for this one, my friends. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.